Welcome back. This is Project Nigeria. Mr. Olifin, I want to ask you a follow-up question to what you said before we went on the short break. From what you said, I can make out that you're kind of calling out the British for the way they put together Nigeria. Are you therefore absolving Nigerians of any blame?
Oh, absolutely not. As a matter of fact, if we were to apportion blame, I would say 20% will go to the British and the rest 80% will go to Nigerians. Because the British did what was expedient at the time. I mean, it was just common sense. It was also, it made economic sense for them to do what they did. But you see, the result of the seed that they planted back then is the Nigeria we see today. So yes, they could have done better, but our leaders at the time could have done much more to integrate amongst themselves and to bring out programs that will develop the country as one unit, not as factions or ethnic groups. Do you understand?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Basically, what you're saying is that our leaders should have made sure that they came up with programs that will ensure that we trust ourselves.
Exactly.
And move forward from there. Okay, I'll turn to you, Mr. Chike Madhu. We're talking about Project Nigeria. What do you think is the problem with having a functional, meaningful Nigeria?
Thank you for having me. I think one of the places that we need to start with is yes, I understand what Mr. Victor said, but that's conceptual. Right now, we have pressing day-to-day needs that are actually working against the progress of Nigeria as a nation. Take power, for instance. No functional country in the world has the amount of, that their power sector is as dilapidated as the Nigerian power sector. You cannot do anything without power. There's no economic development without power. There is no security without power. There is no quality of life is non-existent without power. Investors will not come into the nation without power. So I think that that's one of the points that needs to be addressed in Nigeria. Take, for instance, in Nigeria, we generate 4 to 5 megawatts for 150 million people. Now compare that to South Africa, which is the second biggest economy in Africa. They generate 40,000 megawatts for 62 million people. There's no basis for comparison. 96% of the power generated in Nigeria actually comes from private generators, which on its own has its own issues on environmental issues, noise pollution issues. It's not sustainable. So I think that one of the things that we need to address is for the government to actually actively invest in power, because without power, there is nothing we can do. We can't progress without power.
Okay. Viewers, right now we're not preferring solutions. We're trying to highlight the problems that we have in Nigeria. The problems militating against the term of functional Nigeria. Sometime later, we're going to talk about solutions, how to solve these problems. So at this stage, we'll probably want to take a break, but I want to remind you to subscribe to our YouTube, and you can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We'll take a short break right now. I'll be back. Thank you.